Right, so in today's video it's going to be an interesting one as I'm going to be comparing that traditional stock lens on the Ace Pro 2 with the close-up mod lens. Now if you follow my channel you see that I've done an unboxing and shown you how to fix those mod lenses. There's three of them from Insta360 and that's the cinematic lens, the ultra-wide lens and then the close-up lens. Now what's interesting with this Ace Pro 2 is with a traditional stock lens you can get a minimum focus distance there of 37 centimeters. But now with this close-up lens you can get a minimum focal distance there of 10 centimeters. So that's the minimum focal length of 10 centimeters and you can get a maximum of 75. So this close-up mod lens is only used between 10 centimeters and 75. And then on the original stock lens on the Ace Pro 2 you've got a minimum focus distance there of 37 centimeters. So then anything below 37 centimeters is going to be getting blurry and unusable. But with the original stock lens it's set to infinity after the 37, so you can go as far back as you want and everything's going to remain in focus. Right, so in today's video I'm going to be testing both lenses side by side so we can really see the differences with that close-up mod lens to the traditional stock lens. And as you can see in the centre I've got a tape measure because this desk is exactly 80 centimeters in width, so that's going to be great to be testing the maximum and the minimum at 10 centimeters with the mod lens. And then I'm going to be replicating everything with the stock lens. So when you attach any mod lens from Insta360, there's a special menu now on the update. You need to drag down from the bottom, swipe right to left, and there you're going to see an icon for the mod lenses. This is the lens master. You just highlight that underneath, and there you can see we've got the close-up lens with the focus peaking underneath. And then we've got the star filter, the black mist filter. This is the standard lens, ultra wide lens, and that's cinematic lens. So you have to go into that every time when you change the lenses. So obviously the close-up lens on, so that's what's activated today. Right, so as you can see I've got the tape measure ready, and just to the edge of the serial box there, and where this camera is, that's approximately 80 centimeters. So now let's switch over to the original stock lens on the Ace Pro 2. We'll get there at 37 centimeters, and then we'll go down to 20 centimeters, and then to 10 centimeters, and then we'll copy that on the close-up lens. Here we go. Right, so first of all we're on the stock lens and I'm at 37 centimeters exactly. We've got 30 here and that's just 7 and that's just in line with the front of the lens. So that's 37 centimeters on the Ace Pro 2 and the audio you're listening to is from the onboard microphone on the Ace Pro 2. So as you can see everything's in focus at 37 centimeters with the stock lens, but now when I shift down to 20 centimeters it should start blurring a little. So that's approximately 20 centimeters away. And once again, it's difficult on the back of the OLED screen. It does look in focus, but I can kind of bet that it's just beginning to get a little bit soft, especially on that small wording. And now I'm going to go down to 10 centimeters, and this is where it will definitely be blurry. So now I'm 10 centimeters away with the stock lens, and as you can see, you can hardly read the wording, and it's really unusable and blurry. So just before we get started with the close-up lens, I just wanted to explain something to you. On the actual mod lens, you'll see at the top, we've got the flower and the person icon. Now you rotate that towards the flower when you're closer to the subject, and then you rotate it to the person, the opposite scale, further away you get. But what I've noticed with the focus ring, there's no white mark on it, so you really do not know where it is. So the only way of really knowing is to get that 10 centimeters and you dial it all the way to the right and then that will be 100% in focus. And then it's a bit difficult on the way back because you can't exceed that 75. Let's just say you get to 120 centimeters and you rotate all the way to the left, it's still going to be out of focus. So when I'm going down these increments of 37 to 20 to 10, just bear with me on the in-between slots there. At the 10 centimeters, that's going to be in focus. But all the way through, it's really difficult to see on the back of the OLED screen and even more difficult because I've got no way of knowing where it is exactly. Now I'm hoping you can see this clearly, but like I said, it's a really small screen to look at, so this focus peaking really does benefit on a larger monitor. Let's say you've got an external monitor or a large tablet or phone, then this is really beneficial because it's always pink on focus peaking as you can see. But the closer you get to the subject, let's just say down at 10 centimeters and you dial this to the right, which is on the flower, then that's where the focus ring should be and there'll be plenty of pink in the picture, so that's how you know it's in focus. But now in reverse, when you're at that maximum 75 centimeters away, everything's still pink, as you can see. And no matter if you turn it left or right, we've still got that pink in there. So it's really difficult with a small screen to really grab focus. Right, so now I'm approximately 37 centimeters away. And like I was just saying, on the back of the screen, I've got all the focus peaking, so it looks to be in focus, but I know it isn't because that dial's all the way to the left where the person is. So that's where it needs to be if it's maximum 75 centimeters away. So now I've got to guess and manually turn the focus ring, but not all the way. So this is where it gets difficult because you've got no white line on there. You can't gauge where it is. So you just got to look at the back of the screen and keep an eye on the focus peaking in pink and just kind of guess that you've got it right. So I'm thinking around there. So now is that in focus at 37 centimeters? On the back of the screen it really does look to be. But now on the larger monitor when I edit this, it may be blurry, but it's difficult to see. So what I'll do before I move it, I'm going to turn it all the way to the left at 37 centimeters. So that should be out of focus. And I'm going to slowly start rotating to the right. And at some point that's going to grab focus and you should see that. And I'm guessing it's around there. But then if I go all the way to the right, that's as though it's close, so that should be out of focus. So it's a strange one. Now I'm going to dial back and now the pink's showing. So that's telling me that that's in focus right there. So I hope I'm right. If I'm not, I'm going to leave it in because you can understand the circumstances here. So now at 37 centimeters, I'm going to push down to 20 centimeters and yet again play with that focus ring. And we'll keep an eye on the focus peaking and let's hope we get it right. So that's approximately 20 centimeters away. And now I'm close to the subject. It does seem easier to focus as it's larger on the monitor at the back. So now for demonstration purposes, that focus ring's all the way to the left where it should be at 75 centimeters, although I'm at 20 centimeters. So in theory and on paper, that should be out of focus. Is it or not? I can't see that much. But again, I'll leave everything in so we can do this together. So that's to the left, like I said. So now we're at 20 centimeters, so I'll start turning the dial. That's all the way to the right, so should pinch it back a little bit. And now that's looking in focus on the back of the OLED screen. And now I want to talk to you guys who's watching, is that in focus? Because like I said, from 37 to 20, it's all guesswork with a small screen and no little white dial on there to see where it is. But now when I get to 10, I know that I'm confident enough that it's going to be in focus. Right, so now I'm going to slide down to 10 centimeters. I'm leaving the dial where it is. So now I'm approximately 10 centimeters away. And now I'll turn the dial all the way to the right. So on paper, that's exactly how it should be. I'm at 10 centimeters. I'm fully focused in all the way to the right where the flower is. And that looks completely in focus with the focus peaking at the back. Once again, for you people watching, is that in focus? Like I said earlier, the closer you get, the bigger it is on the back of the screen, and that does look to be in focus with plenty of pink around. So I'm at 10 centimeters, fully dialed in. That should be in focus. So just out of interest, I wanted to know myself, at the maximum 75 centimeters, but with the dial dialed all the way to the left on the person, this should be in focus. So I'm going to keep it at 75 centimeters. And I'm going to dial that dial all the way to the right and then all the way to the back to the left really slowly so we can see it jump in and out of focus. So that should be in focus. And now I'm dialing it all the way to the right slowly. And now that's fully turned to the right. So that's for when it's at 10 centimeters. So that should be blurry. And now I'm going to start rotating left and you should start seeing the picture change again. And now that should be in focus, because like I said earlier, it's very difficult to gauge without that dial and looking at the small screen. Right, so now I've got a different subject. As you can see, this is going to be a lot more challenging for that close-up lens as that wording is absolutely tiny. So at the moment I'm on the traditional stock lens at 37 centimeters, so this should be in focus. Now do bear with me on this one because that wording's tiny, so I'm going to really be challenging both lenses. But I know with this stock lens it's going to go out of focus real soon if it isn't already. Right, now I'm going to slide the stock lens down to 20 centimeters. Let's just see if it goes out of focus there. So that's approximately 20 centimeters away. Is it in focus? So I'm looking at the small screen and it does look to be in focus, but it's that compressed and small. Most things do at this distance. And now I'm going to slide down to 10 centimeters with the stock lens, and for obvious reasons you're not going to be able to read the wording whatsoever because it's going to be too blurry. So slide down now to 10 centimeters, which is that. I'll just tilt that back so you can see, or not see. As you can see, everything's blurry at 10 centimeters with a stock lens. Right, so this should be interesting with a close-up lens. Now I'm at 37 centimeters away, and at the back of the screen I can see the focus peaking's locked on there, and it does look in focus, but it's going to be more of a challenge this than the last object. As you can see, the wording's so tiny. So because I'm at 37 centimeters, it's all guesswork with a small screen and no white dial there. So I'll just keep it all the way to the left for you. So that's when it should be at 75. So this may be out of focus. So I'm going to guess, and this is what you've got to do if you've no large monitor. So now I'm going to guess, looking at the focus peaking, there's a bit more grab there. So that looks to be in focus right there. Now while it's recording, let's push down to 20 centimeters. I'll leave that focus ring so it's going to probably go out of focus. So that's approximately 20 centimeters. So now I'm at 20 centimeters with that close-up lens. Once again, because that object's small, it's going to be difficult, but I've put it all the way to the left again, which is going to be out of focus. And there's plenty of pink on the focus peaking, so this is where it can catch you out. You've really got to have a lot of practice for this, to be fair. So now I'm going to have to rotate it, and I'm not at 10 centimeters, so it doesn't need to be all the way. So I'm going to guess around there. I may be right, I may be wrong. It really looks pink on the back. It's really looking pink. There's lots of pink in the wording, more than there were before. So that looks in focus to the naked eye. And now I'm going to go down to 10 centimeters. And I'm fairly confident, like I've said, once it's all the way to the right and you're at 10 centimeters, that's at its minimum focus distance and where it should be on the focus ring. So that will be in focus. Right, so I'm still at 20 centimeters and I've turned the focus ring all the way to the right. I'm going to leave it there and push into 10. So if it's out of focus, soon it's going to go into focus. And that's at 10 centimeters. And on the back of the screen, I can see plenty of pink. It's rotated as maximum to the right as it can go. So yet again, on paper, that should be fully in focus at 10 centimeters with a dial all the way to the right. And then just like last time, I'm quite curious, so I've pulled back to the maximum 75 centimeters. It's all the way to the left this time, so on paper that should be in focus. Is it? I don't know, it really looks to be. So while I'm keeping it at 75, I'll start rotating it to the right slowly. There's not much change in the focus peaking while I'm doing this, so again, it's hard to tell. But now it's all the way to the right. So that will be out of focus because again, that's for when it's at 10 centimeters. And now I'm going to slowly go all the way back to the left. So at some point you'll see it grab focus. Now that's all the way back at 75 centimeters. So that dial's all the way to the left. So that should be in focus. Right, so as you can see, we've got a different subject, and now I'm on that stock lens at 37 centimeters. So this should be in focus. Just keep an eye on the country's names because that's what's going to be going out of focus the closer I get. And now I'm going to slide down to 20 centimeters. So again, keep an eye on the country's names. They should get blurry. So that's 20 centimeters away, and I can see they're getting a little bit blurry, especially the ones I'm reading at the top there. And now I'm going to slide down to 10 centimeters, and this way it's just going to get completely unusable and everything will be blurry. And this is on a stock lens still. So now I'm down at 10 centimeters with the stock lens, and as you can see, the wording starts to get blurry. And then while still on the stock lens, I'll just pull it all the way back to 37 centimeters slowly, and you'll see it grab focus again. So there we're at 10 centimeters. And that's all the way back to 37 centimeters. And you can see it's back in focus. And now I'm on the stock lens again approximately 37 centimeters away. And what I've done now, I've dialed it all the way to the left, so it should be slightly out of focus. And once again, I'll start dialing where I think it is. I may be wrong, I may be right. I'll be leaving it in like I said. So now I'm slowly turning it to where I think it should be. But you're almost blind, like I keep saying. So it should be around there as the focus peaking shift. So yet again, to the viewers, is that in focus or not? Right now I'm leaving it where I think it's in focus, and I'm going to slide down to 20 centimeters and again adjust it. So now I'm down at 20 centimeters. Let me play around with the focus ring. So it was left where it was before at 37. So now let's rotate it all the way to the left. So again, that's as though it's at 75. So that should be slightly out of focus. Just keep an eye on the countries' names again. And now I'm going to start rotating it to the right slowly. So that should be in focus. Looks to be in focus, as you can see. It's challenging looking at that. But like everything on this channel, it's real world testing, so we can see the positives and negatives as I go along filming. And now leaving the dial where it is, I'm going to slide down to 10 centimeters, and then I'll mess about with the focus ring, and it should be all the way to the right, but I'll do it from the left to the right just to show you. So that's 10 centimeters. And now I'll shift that focus ring all the way to the right. And now that should definitely be in focus. Now looking at the back of the focus peaking, even the country's names are in pink, so that should be in focus as I'm at 10 centimeters, the closest it can get with the focus ring all the way to the right. And now I'll shift it all the way to the left just to show you. Now look at the country's names, they should be blurred, and there's no pink focus peaking on the country's name, so that's telling me that's out of focus. Now I'm going to rotate all the way to the right. Now it should be back in focus. So while I'm still at 10 centimeters and the focus ring dialed in, so it's truly focused, I'll leave it where it is and I'll pull it all the way back. And this is where you'll see it go out of focus, as I'm not going to touch that whatsoever. So now at 75 centimeters, and that focus ring as though it's at 10 centimeters. So now if I slide that dial the opposite way, we should start to see it go in focus. So that's my guess. I've had to dial it in. I'm looking at this tiny screen. It looks to be in focus. Yet again, is it or isn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed this video today. Now that you've seen the differences to the stock lens, to that close-up mod lens, what's your thoughts there? Now, as I've just shown you, it's very, very difficult to grab focus correctly, even with focus peaking, when you're at that 75 centimeters mark. And then as you get down to halfway, which will be 37.5 centimeters, again, it's pretty difficult. The only way you can really secure that you really grab focus is when you're at 10 centimeters without a larger monitor. So like I said, if any of those clips have been blurry today, you know why, because I've explained why. It's very difficult. They've got a couple of reasons there. That tiny OLED screen at the back. And then unfortunately on the mod lens, we've got no white dial, so we never know where it really is. But all in all, when you do grab focus, it's really crisp and sharp. And let's be fair, we can get down to 10 centimeters, no problem. Yet it's 37 centimeters with the original stock lens. And if you're interested in buying this close-up lens, I'll be leaving a link in the description, and there it'll send you straight to the Insta360 website where you'll be able to purchase it. So as always, do stay tuned to the channel, as there's going to be plenty more videos on the horizon, especially with testing out any latest accessories and cameras from DJI or Insta360, as well as the drones there. But for now, thanks for watching, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and bye for now.